I'm just trying to connect some more dots here. And there's so many great creators out there that are doing just that, based on ancient knowledge. And we really need to take a look at what's going on here. So let's start. Today's video comes from a channel called Tales of the Old World. He's done some really interesting deep dives here, and it all connects back to what's getting revealed in the files. So this is really important that we understand the history of what certain people worship and what they believe, and how that can be connected to what's coming out in these files.
When these elites do these evil rituals, they are indeed rewarded with worldly riches, but they pay with their eternal souls. Why do you think so many ancient cultures had such gruesome practices like human sacrifice or cannibalism? Because their gods demanded it, and gave them success in return. You can see it in a lot of these more barbaric cultures. Their gods were literal demons, and they were doing their bidding. Like, look at some of these images of these old gods, and tell me they're benevolent. Tell me these aren't some kind of demonic fallen angel or even an alien being. And the proof is in the rituals the shamans and holy men performed in these cultures, like the Phoenicians or the Aztecs or certain sects of Hinduism or Buddhism or ancient Mesopotamian traditions. Anyway, aside from the Phoenician gods, not in the files, but his personal library, he had books on occult practices like sex magic, Buddhist Tantra, Kabbalah, and an array of books on ancient magic. To best understand this cult-like religion these people follow, I refer you to a book I recently read, by Robert Sepper, an anthropologist who also makes great videos on YouTube, but also has written a few books, and in his book 1666, Redemption Through Sin, he really lays out what these elites are doing. It's a short read and a cheap book, so I suggest everyone read it at some point. I'll put an affiliate link in the description, and it's on our book list too if you want to go get it, but the basics are, there's a cult, going back to a Kabbalistic practitioner in the 1600s, Sabbatai Zevi, who claimed to be the Messiah, and proposed that the way to heaven, or gnosis, is through unrestricted, heinous acts of sin. The exact same sins the elites participate in today, as proven by the files. This cult pulls from all these ancient traditions and mysticism, and eventually it evolved into Frankism, which was created by the successor of Sabbatai Zevi. And they believe the same sick and twisted philosophies, and participated in the same evil sin rituals, just like what was done on the island. In the book, Robert Sepper connects the Frankists to the Rothschild family, as they were both operating in Frankfurt, Germany, during the same time period. Jacob Frank, the founder of Frankism, formed an alliance with Adam Weishaupt, a Jesuit-trained son of a Kabbalist rabbi, and Meyer Amschel Rothschild, and in the year 1776, the trio formed the Order of the Illuminati, as a vehicle to undermine global religions, monarchies, and power structures, paving the way for a utopian era of global communism, covertly ruled by their hidden hand. And today we see the results of this. The Rothschilds are said to have funded Bolsheviks during the Russian Revolution. They financed both Napoleonic Wars, had a major hand in both world wars with their vast wealth, and in the creation of the State of Israel. And now, after these files have been released, we see exactly what this same group is up to today. Performing the same evil rituals, worshipping the same ancient gods, and controlling our entire system, slowly walking us right into slavery, like cattle. Seriously guys, read this book. It lays it all out, and now it's all been proven. But the whole thing goes even deeper. These aren't the only gods they're worshipping. Have you ever seen the statue outside of the Large Hadron Collider in Switzerland? Switzerland's a central hub for all these people. Ever heard of Swiss banks? This is where billions of dollars are stored, no questions asked. This is also where the yearly globalist meeting at Davos is held. They just had this, and it's so interesting to watch. They basically tell you exactly what they're doing, and that's enslaving you. This year's main topic was AI, and if you've seen my video on that, you know what they're trying to do with all these advancements in AI. Bring about the beast. The return of the old gods. Anyway, this Large Hadron Collider in CERN, Switzerland, is the largest in the world, and it's doing things that are theologically and philosophically questionable. They're basically smashing tiny particles together at high speeds to simulate what the Big Bang was like, and study the tiny particles that come out. The tiniest particles in the universe. Essentially what ancient man would have called the ether, or prime materia. These are essentially modern-day alchemists. They've even discovered the great secret of the philosopher's stone, turning base metal to gold, a phenomenon that naturally happens in these particle accelerator machines, when there's a near miss. Sometimes this will cause protons to be removed from the metal, making up the edges of the machine, and it will transmutate into gold, a process scientists call electromagnetic dissociation. But the main goal of these crazy futuristic machines is twofold. First, they're creating antimatter, a material said to be so dangerous and unstable it could cause a blast larger than the biggest nuclear bomb, but it could also power our entire planet indefinitely. The second thing they're doing is looking for the God particle, that prime materia, what they call the glue that holds the universe together. And right outside of this alchemical futuristic machine, they have a statue of an ancient god, Shiva, the destroyer. Doing his cosmic dance of destruction where the universe is completely destroyed, but then reborn. This dance embodies the eternal rhythm of the universe, but in the end, through vigorous, powerful movements, Shiva unleashes forces that dissolve everything. Stars, planets, galaxies, time itself, all forms of matter. Eventually, after total dissolution, the cycle restarts with fresh creation, linked to Brahma emerging again. The idea is that the scientists at CERN are studying this cosmic dance, the constant creation, collision, annihilation, and transformation of subatomic particles. On a plaque next to the statue it reads, "Modern physics has shown that the rhythm of creation and destruction is not only manifest in the turn of the seasons and in the birth and death of all living creatures, but is also the very essence of inorganic matter. For the modern physicist, Shiva's dance is the dance of subatomic matter." End quote. And I believe that this iconic image of Shiva doing the cosmic dance is actually the squatter man, and it's a warning of the end of days. I made a video where I covered this a bit, so go check that out if you haven't. I'll put it in the description. But Shiva's cosmic dance not only represents the destruction at the end, but it also shares elements in its imagery that match other traditions around the world, and they're all warning of this end, something that the elites of today are all too familiar with.